man, he was a key factor because he was so open to me playing with him, you know, and I was shit. I sucked at guitar. But he just never bothered him. He just patience and no, like, you know, and any questions and I was, you know, can I play your electric Les Paul, 74 Les Paul, man? You know, yeah, bro, no worries, you know, and that's how I learned, you know, and it was a very, very slow to get to where it is now. It's like we're talking, you know, almost 20 years, you know, 15 years of slow going. But in that 15 years, I gravitated to songwriting more on guitar, and then I'd give it to those guys, and they would play it 10 times better and put a guitarist mentality on it that I didn't have at the time. I think I've maybe got a little bit more of a guitarist insight now. I've been playing guitar for a long time. Right. But when you're a solid, you know, purist bass player, you know, that's where I lived. My head was rhythm, you know, being on, you know, melding a drummer to a guitar. It wasn't, you know, guitar is another head frame. It's another frame of thought, you know, how to approach their songwriting process. So,
have you ever been taught how to? I'm asking this for a reason because I don't know, and I've been playing bass in the Bastards, but I'm a rhythm guitarist.
The Bastards,
yeah, they're so good too. I swear to God. But I've never been taught how to be a bass player or what. Put it this way: a keyboard player once said, "No, you're doing the wrong thing as a bass player," and I'm like, I don't even really know what that is. I don't actually know the format. Has anyone ever showed you what to do when you're writing original songs? You know,
you listen, but you know who did, but didn't show me is probably like a Billy Gould or someone. You know, you listen to Epic, you know, and that bass line, it's all E. It's not slap. It's actually with a pick. It's with the kick drums. It's with the kick and the snare. Another classic Faith No More one that blows my mind is Midlife Crisis, because the whole fucking song, the bass pulse is in E. He doesn't change his progression. It's just that's the bass line, and it's amazing. And I actually think that's even more smarter than some guy going because he's able to sit there and go. And the keyboards create the melody around E, the melody of the vocal does, you know, and he puts a couple of little boo-doo-boo-doots in there and that, but the song drives on that pulse, and that to me is a really fucking smart bass line. Yeah. This guy's going, you know, what's the guy from Van Halen? Not Wolfgang. Wolfgang's brilliant. Michael Anthony, another one, you know, who's just solid.
So you think more like a song producer.
Yeah, just on, and just less is more. Yeah. You know, for my kind of music, unless you're fucking Primus or something, you know. You know,
but that's what I found. Like, okay, I'll play bass. But it's so critical. If you take a step sideways as a bass player, you want to go, wow, the whole song. Oh, it changes when you play rhythm. Play guitar as well, but
that's a joy in it too.
The whole band looks at you more.
But that's a joy in it too. Yeah. And I always had a lot of fun with, you know, your root note on the guitar. The guitar's playing a chord, right? So you have X amount of notes within that chord shape that you could play that complement and actually, like you say, change the vibe of, you know, whether it's a fifth or a third or, you know, a sixth or whatever it is, you know, on bass, you can change, you know, so you can be riding with the root note and you just have to go to a fifth and you've suddenly just slightly contorted the melody, you've slightly contorted the vibe of the song. You're still dropping at the same intensity and rhythm, but, you know, and that's where fun with bass comes in. So you subtly, I do try to work those things in with bass, you know, drop it solid as fuck, but, you know, it's good to throw a fifth in there when the root note is this, do this note instead, you know, because it just kind of just changes it and gives it a little bit more flavour that you might not expect maybe. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But guys like Billy Gould, I guess, you know, he's my ultimate. He's the man. to me. He's the man. Except no substitutes. That motherfucker will shred your ass. There's Flea and there's all them too who are brilliant. Yeah. But Billy Gould to me just is right. Fucking check, yeah. Humble, cool, brilliant, very creative. And I think he writes for Faith No More too. I think he writes a lot of the guitar stuff too, you know. Yeah. So, brilliant bass player. So there you go. That's my insight into. There are no rules, but
I bought their latest record. Yeah, you know,
it's dark.
It's dark. I just can't get over. I guess I don't. I love Jim Martin and Trace Brunts too much.
Yeah, Trace Brunt. I know, man.
I can hear the way the guy. Man. Yeah, but I can hear the way he does his. The way he moves his right hand.
It's different to Jim, but Trace Brunts is like a fucking musical genius.
Yeah,
you know, he's like Buckethead or something. Like he's just.
I can't fall in love with.
That's okay. I won't hold that against you at all. I mean, King for a Day. Esperance, Trey played that album, and the solos and just the fucking unbelievable. But come touring, it was just like I don't want to tour. I don't want to do that. So you know, they eventually got Hudson, you know, for the album of the year. Which is a really good album. I love that album.
Yeah, bits of it. Definitely. Yeah. I listened to that a million times.
But I'm still Angel Dust is my favorite album.
Yep.
And that's Jim Martin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that album to me is just the most fuck you
There's
album.
Something about his sound, that guitar and that
flying V.
It's just I haven't heard anyone reproduce.
No, he's the metal. It was definitely a metal sound. But even with the softer shit. You know, you're right. Jimmy.
Yeah, even that Live at Brixton record.
Oh, man.
That has his sound. Like
it's killer.
He's doing that sound, so it's just that big flying V and his Marshall.
Yep. Yeah, I get it. I'm there, totally.
I want to play it now.
I do. You should. Anyone out there, you want to see a fucking brilliant concert, watch that Faith No More Live at Brixton. It's called You Fat Bastards.
Yeah.
And it's a really shit-hot gig. Before Angel Dust, when they're riding on the bank of Epic going number one or whatever it was, you know.
And back in the day on big world tours.
Yeah.
Not coming home for years.
Yeah, but it was, they're on fire, on absolute fire. Mike Borden doesn't miss one beat.
Oh, God.
None of them miss a beat, you know. So it's a brilliant live DVD. You should see it. Now you should go get it right now. No.
Everyone solo! Me either!
That's the fucking intro song right there.
Well, comment.
Where we at?
52.
52. That's a nice solid.
We've basically spoken about nothing.
I know.
Really.
And people will just go, man, fuck.
I don't know. Well, welcome to Queensland.
And welcome to Queensland, motherfuckers. Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about songs. I mean, I'm going to feed some more songs through to Drew over the next just a few weeks. And, you know, I just told him today I want to write his intro to his show.
Yeah.
Something cool.
Yep.
So that you know that Drew's show's about to fucking kick in.
Yeah.
No matter who it is.
Take that.
No matter who you take that. No matter who it is coming on the show. And, we'll keep you posted. But, that was basically the gist of the last interview last week. You know, I'm working on it. Drew challenged me on that first podcast, March. March is around the corner. April sounds a bit more realistic, you know, but I've still got work to do. So, but it's getting done.
Good.
You know, and that's the main thing. So
I'm intrigued.
As long as I keep doing it, you know, it's going to come. And when it does, it'll go digital and, you know, and it'll be, you know, fuck, you download it for free, you buy it, you do whatever you want. But the main thing is it gets out there and people will hopefully fucking enjoy it, put it in their ears in their car and go, yeah, man, this is kicking ass. And so far, a lot of my friends and peers, like, you know, it's been a really good feedback. You know, a lot of tough critics, you know, a lot of tougher critics of mine who would say, already know what you've done. So, But it's been good. So, give me a few more months of working. Got to work, and then
good.
And
well, let's do something really ridiculous. I got a really crap out of tune fake Japanese guitar over there.
We're going to do this live.
And a really noisy, earthy Epiphone bass.
You really want to do this, don't you?
Not, but we're going to do it. Right,
we're going to move over.